Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we are back to Hearthstone. So I'm live streaming right now and took a longer break than I really intended of about 5 minutes. I know somebody that streams that like every time they stream they put a good 20 to 40 minutes worth of nothing on the screen. They just play music and the logo and just have people watch that to stay tuned, and I bet that bumps up the watch time a little bit, but it probably convinces a lot of people to leave too. Anyways, moving on to Hearthstone, we still need a lot here, and I'm desperately trying to stretch as far as things to talk about. Let's get Paladin or Priest victories today. At least play that. We're up to ranked 20 on that, so let's try this Priest card on ranked play, standard ranked play, try to get that up there. Yeah, I'm desperately trying to stretch here because I know there's just not a lot of progress I'm gonna make, and at a certain point I don't know what to do. Okay. If I stop talking about the news and don't have anything to say, should I just live stream in silence? Would people be cool with that? I almost need a sign or something I can put up on the screen if that's going to be the case. It's just like, here, I'm going to live stream in silence at the end of this, and you're just going to watch me play, and I'm just going to mute my microphone, which is what I did in that break. Consistently still having a problem with my chair being uncomfortable. It's like, it's probably not something that I should say, but I have like flat feet. You know that symptom? I have like that for my behind. Apparently, it's like I have a flat behind because there's really nothing there, no muscle, no fat, no cushion at all, and I will say I'm not the healthiest and I'm overweight, and so it's holding up a mighty tower, a mighty mountain there, but I can't sit for more than an hour without being in incredible pain, and then I usually get up and I'll sit on my bed, which is a foam mattress, and that's slightly more comfortable, but that's about it. And standing and recording, I just can't do it because the microphone is set on a stand, and the stand wouldn't go up to my height. I would need like a standing desk. Maybe that's what I should do, is just create a standing desk setup and stand in front of it. But I don't think I'm that healthy to actually do that either. I'm not sure I could stand any longer. Probably a lot less than I can sit. So I'm constantly in this form where I just want to get up and move around and do different things. And this is something new for me. It's not something that was a case when I was working for other people. So if I ever was intended or had to take a job for somebody else, I don't think I could take an IT job where I was sitting behind the desk doing customer service or anything like that, unless I can just get up and walk around as much as I want. I had one job that had a standing desk, and I would almost constantly get up and get down, and nobody really cared about it because it was designed to do that. But if I had to stand the whole time, if it was like a job that was either behind a checkout counter or a retail environment, someplace where you don't have a desk and when you're required to stand. I know I applied to work as an IT position in Amazon.com, one of their shipping facilities, and they said that it required up to several miles of walking because the facility was so large, and I'm like, oh, I don't know about that, but I'll say sure. Why not?
Once upon a time.
Because I didn't want to get eliminated right then.
Secret agent coming through.
But I don't know how long I would have lasted. It doesn't really matter though. Take the job, try it out. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. That's the only way they're hiring you anyways, is they're trying you out, and if it doesn't work out, they'll get rid of you. So yeah, I don't know what I'd do with myself if I didn't have more control. But as you can probably tell, I'm sort of just rambling here. Need more comments, need more interaction. Otherwise, I think we might just try at the end of this recording just playing a live stream and not airing that footage. And so
must consider.
Let's see. Yeah. Moving on to news, the PS2 versions of 4 Jak and Daxter games are coming to PlayStation 4. And they're getting 1080p re-renders and trophy support, as well as other things that you would generally expect in a PlayStation 4 game. But what's interesting here, and this really just highlights the failure of the PS3 as a architectural computer console thing. There was a Jak and Daxter trilogy in 2012 for the PlayStation 3. So it was designed for that cell processor, which every single person says is incredibly hard to deal with. Let's see.
Move outside.
Sorry, I'm playing a game. So yeah, Jak and Daxter Trilogy came out in 2012 for PS3, and they can't just port it apparently to the PlayStation 4. No, they have to go back to the original PlayStation 2 games and bring them on as PlayStation 2 classics, and then do their 1080p re-renders. It's almost, in 2017, it's almost kind of silly to even do 1080p re-renders. You might as well go up straight to 8K re-renders and then say, well, these are 4K re-renders or 8K re-renders or even 2K re-renders, and then scale it back to 1080p versions. I suppose in another 5 to 10 years, there's really nothing stopping them from re-rendering it again to a 1080 to a 4K resolution. But like, it is kind of weird. This. Let's see. What do I want to do? Let's just do this. Let's give him a chance to win here. If he can destroy this character or block this character.
Well played.
There you go.
My work is paramount.
So I imagine Jak and Daxter is only the beginning of something we're going to see more and more of. See, and now it's not really the best move to play as the Paladin or Priest, but because they're both level 60, but if we switch over here to the Paladin, he's also level 60, so while I could certainly play Shields or Murlocs, let's play Shields. I haven't played Shields in a while, and I kind of missed it as an opportunity to play it last recording session, so we'll play that. Yeah, I imagine a lot more PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 games are going to get re-rendered. This Jack and Dexter 4-pack is including a driving game around Jack and Dexter that hasn't been re-released before, so that's a little bit of a value add. I'm not sure if people really care too much about Jack and Dexter. It's one of those series that was desperately trying to compete with Mario and Luigi, I would say. It's just trying to... It's like Banjo-Kazooie conquers... a lot of these things were tried to be made to be really, really interesting, and it's just not something that you need nowadays. Even Mario isn't that much of a system seller in the long run. They're selling Zelda, using Zelda as a system seller. But you do want things like that. It's just that instead of it being cutesy cartoon characters as your mascot, it's become, we are the God of War system as far as the PlayStation goes, and because we're the God of War system, he's our mascot, or we're the Call of Duty system, or we're the Master Chief system, and so we've got these more mature games for more mature players, and the market did mature during that time, and now I feel we're kind of missing the opportunity to have some kid-friendly games. Let's see.
Is my shield.
The battle.
Let's keep attacking here. I don't know if I'm gonna win. Oh, probably not. The way to beat a Murloc is to be able to do group damage pretty fast, and I'm not seeing that happen. Microsoft is going to have a big show for the Xbox One Scorpio. It's rumored it's probably going to happen. So in this show, reportedly Red Dead Redemption 2 is going to show off 4K rendering, which the PlayStation 4 Pro really doesn't do 4K. It does a checkered box, double 2K that's scaled upward, so it's not a true 4K. If it turns out that the Xbox One Scorpio actually does a true native resolution of 4K, that would be amazing. Although I don't believe it really, because even the best video cards right now aren't always guaranteeing a native resolution of 4K in every game. And frankly, I'd rather more performance be focused on 1080p, but that's not something you can really sell a system on. They can't come out there and say the Xbox One Scorpio runs smoother and is less likely to crash and has twice half the loading time and twice the speeds. I mean, you could try some of that and some of it will play, but a lot of it wouldn't. Also being shown at this announcement when it happens is Forza 7, Crackdown 3, State of Decay. All of those are supposed to be 4K. It was interesting how this article was written, because it was written like only Red Dead Redemption was doing 4K, and it was going to be really amazing and something unique. And then later down in this next couple sentences, it clearly says also all of these games are going to be 4K too. And so in other words, 5 games that are, I think, first party titles, all of them are going to be in 4K. And then things that may not be in 4K are gonna be at the show are Call of Duty, presumably the newest Call of Duty, and FIFA and Madden and Star Wars Battlefront 2. So pretty soon we're going to start seeing some news about the Scorpio. Now, for me, it's still not something that I would really want or have any reason to cover or get. I'm still at that like $1,000 price point if I was gonna try to stream console games. $500 for the console, probably $500 more for a capture box, just so I could do it in a system that I feel comfortable with and get good quality footage versus streaming directly from the Xbox One Scorpio, which is probably an option, but very possibly is going to not do the best quality. Even though I've been having trouble with my Wi-Fi, I was able to move a switch around that I had because the switch on my PC was not gigabit connected, and it turns out that I was also using the Xbox 360 network cord for some reason on my PC, probably just because it looked different than the others. And so, because I was using that cord wasn't... Ooh, oops.
That was a mistake.
Thank you.
Because I was using that cord, I couldn't get gigabit speeds. So I moved the switch around that allowed for gigabit. I moved the cord around. I took that cord and plugged it into my surround sound, which only needs network to stream from the internal network and get updates. And it's highly unlikely I would ever do either, so no big deal there. I guess I could get rid of that cord and just go get another one, which also would not be an issue. And then have everything up to gigabit speeds. Ideally, this I think will speed up my backup issue, but I think there was also another issue with my backups where it was trying to do something to my server, do like a shadow copy, and it wasn't capable of doing shadow copies. So the because of that, I still haven't had a successful backup, or maybe just partial backups, happen on my PC probably ever since I set that up. But whatever, it doesn't matter. It kind of matters to have an actual backup that works, but there's not a ton on my PC that isn't getting uploaded or to YouTube or things like that. So I'm still trying to work on that. But the Wi-Fi issue in particular, what I'm going to do is I'm going to erase all the settings on my Wi-Fi router and then look at the default settings and write those down, and then load back a backup of all my settings and to the entire router, and then adjust all of the settings on the wireless to those default things. The only other thing I could think is that it's just doesn't have a good flash on it, so maybe I could flash a new version of DDWRT on it. If there was a new version, there really isn't, so I just have to reflash the same one I had already done, and so no real help probably would happen there, but maybe it was just a bad flash. That sometimes happens. I did something pretty stupid and raised the power transmission rate on the antennas, and that for a while was causing it trouble. But then it seemed to not be a permanent thing, which it definitely could have been a permanent issue where I had just fried my antenna, which would have been really stupid to do. But it sucks that I'm having trouble at all. This should just work. And I'm upset with it that it's not working. A lot of Wi-Fi devices in my house, so for each other card in your hand. I'm gonna do this. And then attack. There we go. What was I talking about before the Wi-Fi things? Just the network in general. Trying to speed it up. So if this stream streams any better, that's because of moving the network around, moving to a gigabit connection internally. Shouldn't really affect anything because at the end of the day, all of that still goes through the same bottleneck of my internet service provider. And let's see, can I get rid of all my duplicates in my card and play this? I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think that would happen. And my internet service provider is not even 100 up and 100 down, so I was already hitting that bottleneck when it was 100 megabits per second before. Let's start your turn. Double this minion's attack. Destroying the enemy with 3 or less attack. I'm just gonna kill this guy. HTC has unveiled a subscription service for its Vive VR headset. It's called Vive Port, and it has approximately 50 Vive apps that I think you get like 1 per month for about $10 a month for the subscription service, and or maybe it's a cycling where you get all 50 per month and then they're gonna cycle 50 different ones the next month. I don't even know how you do that though on VR apps. And it's apps, it's not even guaranteed to be games. So you may get some productivity or theater programs that this does not sound like a good offering. And to me it's just another nail in the coffin of VR. It's just not become what they were hoping it would become. Let's see, can we do this?
Stop distracting me!
Job done.
Let's see. The Tribeca Games Festival is happening April 28th. Hideo Kojima, maker of Metal Gear Solid, producer of Metal Gear Solid, I think, and several others will speak. I imagine that if those conversations, if those speeches get out online, we may find a few interesting things from those speeches. They probably will give some awards to some of the other people. There, maybe Hideo Kojima too. Destroy legendary.
Are upon us.
Let's see, do I want to kill something?
Stop distracting me!
So yeah, there might be some interesting news there. They might give away some awards. You always have this weird setup with award festivals and things like this. Is a lot of it, particularly in the video game industry, it doesn't matter. It's just advertising. It's garbage. It shouldn't really exist. Kind of like the Oscars and in movies, it's just like the industry congratulating itself and such. But on the other hand, we do kind of want to celebrate the artists a little bit, and it would be nice if there was a true
My work is paramount.
like award or way of showing gratitude to creators. And so we kind of do want award shows, and I kind of do, and I kind of don't. It's like both are kind of weird. I guess it's just something you have to grin and bear, honestly. We're at 5 and 5. Summon a random cost minion. There we go.
For Blackwing! Job's done.
I already talked about content ID still being an issue and YouTube drama.
I have no time for
in
games.
general. We can get into that a little bit more since I only have 2 more things to talk about. Batman Arkham VR that came out for the what was it? What did it come out for?
Are you mocking me?
If I do this and this would work. Discover a dragon.
Once upon a time.
There we go. Yeah, so Batman VR is coming out to PC. So we may start seeing some of those games that were exclusives to things that were exclusive to the PlayStation VR are now coming out. The other things I have to talk about is Blizzard's hyping up the next Overreach game, so kind of look forward to that. And then Randy Pitchford was getting some kind of award in Hollywood at the Magic Castle, so he spent a little time in Little Tokyo, and he posted a picture of a Queensblade wall scroll, which Queensblade characters are scantily clad girls, and is like, well, this was a little strange. And I'm like, okay, well, you don't know anything about it, and you're just kind of being ridiculous, but whatever. You're just the CEO of Gearbox, and this is just your public Twitter that everybody's seeing. Maybe be a little bit more professional and only post about things. Ironically, somebody did on one of his posts that was being silly. Is like, when's Borderlands 3 going to be announced? Because that's all I really care about. That's the only reason I follow him, is I want to get the news from him. I want to get the press releases. I don't want to know what he's really tweeting. He should just have a private Twitter with his friends, like most people who are famous do. And yeah, my stats, I'll probably talk about those in the rest of this live stream, but I am gonna say this is gonna be the end of recordings, because the rest of this that I live stream is gonna be kind of just quiet. I may even mute the mic, and I'm just gonna play and you can just watch. So I'm gonna give any person watching after this point full carte blanche if they just want to mute me or turn me down to go get a podcast and go listen to it. The only thing I may talk about at the very beginning is this is my stats on my YouTube, and then that's kind of it. In general, my stats are everything's doing better. That's going to be it for this recording, though, and so kind of the end of the recording session, but not the live stream, because I'm trying something different here. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.